I've ranked 4 washing machine brands I see break the most on service calls. One can't even clean your clothes. Another washes great, then falls apart before the warranty is up. And a couple coast on names that stopped meaning anything years ago. Every brand on this list fails buyers a different way, starting with the one that can't do the only job a washer has. Number 1 is Medea, and there is no polite way to say it. The Medea MLTD401ABW doesn't just break, it fails at the one job a washing machine is supposed to do, actually getting your clothes clean. Consumer Reports did not mince words either, ranking this model dead last for quality in 2025. Their lab found it left behind more dirt and stains than anything else tested, and that is not a fluke. I have seen it myself on service calls. Shirts and towels come out looking almost as dirty as they went in. The problem is not just one bad batch. The core design is flawed. The drum and agitator create dead zones where water barely moves, so half the load never gets a proper wash. There is even a water distribution issue you can watch in real time. Fill the tub and you will see dry patches on the laundry, while the agitator just sloshes water around the edges. The so-called Power Boost agitator is more marketing than muscle. What is worse, the control board's load sensing logic often misreads the water level, ending cycles early or skipping the final spin, so you get a pile of soggy, half-clean clothes. And if you think you are saving money up front, think again. The Medea sells for $428 to $628 at big box stores, a mid-market price for what amounts to a $200 machine in a $600 box. Service calls are constant. Water pump failures, inlet valve blockages, and plastic motor couplers that snap with a loud clunk, usually just after the first year. Consumer Affairs is full of complaints about pumps burning out in under 12 months. Even repairability is mediocre. iFixit gives it 3 stars, but you are looking at 2.5 hours of labor for a basic fix, and the parts may not be on hand locally. No Energy Star certification, no real warranty safety net, and no recall to bail you out. The sticker price might look tempting, but you are paying for a machine that cannot do the basics. If a washer cannot get your clothes clean, nothing else matters. Not the features, not the finish, not the price. Medea tops this list for one simple reason. It fails before you even get to the question of reliability. Do not let a low price tag fool you into buying a box that cannot wash. Subscribe for more straight answers from the service bay. In second place, Samsung sells itself as the smart, high-performance choice, but in my experience, it is a masterclass in expensive disappointment. The wash scores look great on paper. Consumer Reports put Samsung around 78 out of 100, which means your clothes usually come out clean. But the real story starts after the first year, when the repair calls start rolling in. Yale Appliances data pegs Samsung with a staggering 24.1% first-year service rate, by far the highest among the major brands I see in the field. That is not just one bad batch. It is a steady stream of broken machines, especially the flashy models with Wi-Fi and touch panels. The most common story? A machine that spins like a jet engine one month, then seizes up with a grinding noise the next. 9 times out of 10, it is the sealed inverter motor or the drum bearings. And here is the kicker, Samsung's motors are not designed to be rebuilt. You are looking at a full motor swap, not a bearing kit. That is a $600 repair bill before labor, and the proprietary security screws mean you need a specialty bit just to crack the case open. iFixit gives Samsung a 2-star repairability rating, and I agree. These machines are built to be replaced, not fixed. But the real gut punch for owners has been the drum flange corrosion fiasco. In 2024, a class action suit landed in federal court, with owners alleging Samsung knew about a design flaw that lets the flange rust out in less than a year. The complaint cites internal memos from 2013, and the symptoms are all too familiar. Rusty flakes in the drain pump, moldy smells, and tiny metal particles staining laundry. I have seen it firsthand. Machines less than 2 years old with the tub assembly shot, and the only fix is a complete replacement. Samsung has not issued a recall or a redesign, and the service bulletins dance around the real issue. If you're unlucky enough to need a repair, brace yourself for the wait. Getting a qualified Samsung tech can take 3 to 5 weeks, especially in rural areas, and the repair cost often pushes people to just buy a new washer. I have had repeat calls on the same unit, first for a bearing, then for a sensor, then for a control board, each one stacking up more downtime and more lost laundry days. The bottom line, Samsung's washers clean well when they work, but the odds of costly, time-consuming breakdowns are just too high for the price. Smart features cannot make up for basic engineering that does not last. If you want a washer that will not leave you stranded with a tub full of wet clothes, keep looking. Subscribe for more no-nonsense advice straight from the service bay. Number 3 on our list, Maytag is the classic cautionary tale of a brand coasting on its old reputation. For decades, the Maytag badge meant a machine that would run for 20 years with barely a hiccup. But that legend died the day Whirlpool bought Maytag for $1.7 billion back in 2006. Since then, I've watched the guts of these washers shift from heavy-duty metal to cost-cutting plastic, with reliability dropping right alongside. The numbers back it up. EasyBear's 2026 reliability survey puts Maytag at 8th place, and Yale's 5-year service data shows a 7% call-out rate. Better than Samsung, but nothing to brag about. Here is what that looks like in real life. One owner I know went through 4 separate repairs in the first year. First the agitator gear, then the lid switch, then a control board glitch, and finally a water pump seal. The machine kept running, but every few months, something else failed. That's not a lemon, that's just the new normal for Maytag. The good news, if you can call it that, is these repairs are mostly manageable. The agitator gear is modular, so you're looking at about 2 hours and $210 for a typical fix. Maytag still uses standard screws and a straightforward design, and Whirlpool's global parts network means you won't be waiting weeks for a replacement latch or motor. iFixit gives them a 3-star repairability score, which is a world away from the sealed, throwaway design of some other brands. Maytag's wash scores hover in the 70s, the spin is decent, and you'll get an Energy Star badge for the sanitized cycle. But don't let the marketing fool you. The old Maytag man is gone, replaced by a machine that is just average. Sometimes a little better, sometimes a lot worse, but never the bulletproof workhorse your parents remember. If you're buying on nostalgia, you're buying a story, not a guarantee. Subscribe for more straight talk from the service bay. Number 4. Kenmore is the badge that hides more than it reveals. Most buyers see a familiar name and assume they are getting a real product, but Kenmore hasn't built a washer in decades. Every machine with that logo is just a rebadged Samsung, Whirlpool, or LG. There is no factory, no dedicated engineering team, just a sticker slapped on whatever Sears could source that year. The result is, you never really know what is inside the box until you decode the spec plate. Flip the lid and check the first 3 digits of the model number. 110 means Whirlpool, 401 means Samsung, 795 means LG. That number tells you who actually built the machine, and it matters when you need a part or a repair. I've lost count of the service calls where a Kenmore owner waits weeks because the parts catalog does not match the badge. You order a Kenmore pump, but the real part number comes from the original equipment manufacturer, and good luck getting a straight answer from Sears support line. There is no standalone Consumer Reports reliability score for Kenmore, just a blank spot where the data should be. That is not a confidence booster. Before you buy, grab your phone and look up the prefix on the model tag. If you can't trace it to a real factory, walk away. Don't let a familiar badge trick you into buying a machine with no clear identity or support. Subscribe for more blunt advice from the service bay. Across all these brands, one pattern jumps out. Marketing talks a big game, but the machines just don't deliver. I see buyers pay mid-tier prices for bad washes, short-lived parts, and empty promises. Don't trust a badge. Trust what actually works. Subscribe for more honest rankings from the service trenches.